Preparaos para unos cuantos... Your aims, aren't you? Your aims, aren't you? You're supposed to be aims. You must be aims. Todo el rato, todo el rato, todo el rato. Está tan tranquilito el sitio. No. ¿Por qué?
Raiden, one of those hostages in there is Ames. The only thing we know is that Ames wears a pacemaker. His heartbeat should sound different from other people's, so use the directional microphone to locate him. Once you recognize Ames by his heartbeat, keep the microphone pointed toward him. Then push the action button and call out to him. If it really is Ames, he should respond in some way.
What if it's the wrong person?
The guards may get suspicious and come running
No sé qué
instead.
nivel todas las personas que vienen aquí eran mujeres, excepto Ames. Lo cual es un poco fácil.
Don't call out to a hostage with the action button until you're fairly sure that it's Ames. If you do make a mistake, switch the microphone for an AK and get out of there before a guard gets suspicious. If you're discovered inside, they'll cut off your retreat and call in the reinforcements. You won't make it out of the room. The mission will be over if you're discovered. Don your disguise and look for Ames while deflecting the enemy's suspicion.
Venga, que sí. Your aims, aren't you? A ver, yo si no me equivoco... Buah, es que no, creo que era bastante random, pero...
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
In the Shell 1 core. Vale, pues por aquí no está. Yo creo que es este. Yo creo que es este de aquí. Yo te digo, es este de aquí. Vaya. Vamos a liarla. Vamos a liarla un poco primero.
Your aims, aren't you?
Your aims, aren't... Es que me acuerdo del sonido que hacen, tío. Otro que se hace pipi.
Your aims, aren't you? Your aims, aren't you?
Your aims, aren't you?
You're
supposed to be
aren't you?
aims. Le preguntamos a este
Your
ahora.
aims, aren't you?
¿Se hace pipí?
Possible hostile sighted. Send backup.
What the fuck? Eso no me acordaba de que esto podía pasar, ¿eh? Bueno, va.
Your aims, aren't you?
Tuk, tuk, clip. Tuk, tuk, clip. La cámara, ¿qué tal?
You must be Ames. Keep still and listen to me. I'm not a terrorist. I got in here using one of their uniforms. I'm taking off the tape. Stay quiet.
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
Mr. X.
I see. Take this thing off me, will you?
¿El presidente? No, no puede ser.
I'm Richard Ames.
I'm Richard Ames.
Secret Service?
No, I was sent in by the Lali
Ah, no, es verdad.
Low, just like you.
What?
Vaya, el amigo Slote.
You're here to find out where the
El
president is.
sheriff.
We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety.
¿Ah? Está bien.
Are you on?
Right here.
Lindo, tú
Do you
más.
really know where the
Tú mucho más
president
lindo.
is?
Almost certainly.
Oh,
He
linda.
was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor, the core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages?
No.
A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, They won't touch the president.
What makes you so sure?
The case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right. And the case won't do a thing by itself.
Dice en plan
That
que...
case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological
Ooh.
data.
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure and so on, are
Ooh,
constantly
esto es muy top,
monitored
eh.
and relayed by
acordaba
his
de esto, sí.
internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password, unbreakable even by the latest parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical. In other words, the login must be made of the president's own free will. As a failsafe,
Nice.
the input must also be
Además.
reconfirmed hourly,
Además.
even after the initial login. If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically cancel the login.
And that's why they can't harm the president.
At least until the bird flies.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything?
No han matado a nadie en la
The entire thing
superficie.
was planned. The
Y
oil
todo esto es
spill, the
mentira.
tanker accident that caused it, everything.
Maldito
The
Raiden,
big
tío.
shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait,
They're coming.
here comes Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone to listen in.
Vamos a escuchar a Snake. A ver qué dicen. Esto es lo típico que no he escuchado en mi vida.
Man is dead.
Oh,
It
pobre.
doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
Why did he betray us?
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with. Nothing they do should come as a surprise.
I'll have his background rechecked, just in case.
You think he was working for them?
We can't discount the possibility, especially with that intruder. To come all the way.
El amigo
The
Johnny.
man in the sneaking
Johnny Cago.
Suit. You know more about those suits than I do.
But Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago. So it must be the Patriots.
The Patriots.
What about the damage to Shell 2?
The circulation system for the contaminated water has been damaged. The water being drawn in is overflowing, and the lower block of the central section is flooding.
Seal the connecting pathway between Shells 1 and 2.
The Simtex and IR sensors are already in place.
Any effect on it?
No,
What about the President?
the password entry has already been made to the black case. In 1 hour, we'll need a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to start the system.
The usual
La
method,
chica.
I assume?
No, the drugs.
Just to get hit with a bowel attack.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Nice. Vale, se ha terminado, ¿no?
Who is
Ooh.
that cyborg ninja, Shalashaska?
I cannot even guess.
What about you?
Looked into.
Olga, don't cast suspicion where it isn't due.
Where it isn't due, when you watched my father die and did nothing.
It's been 2 years ago, Olga. Let it go.
I read the case file for Shadow Moses, by the way.
Olga, how could you suspect me?
I know that the ninja is not one of my men.
How meaningful you make that sound. If Sergei were still alive...
If the old man were still alive, I wouldn't need to take orders from you.
Olga, Sergei was my best friend.
If you sell us out, I'll kill you myself.
Listen, daughter of Sergei. Don't ever let me see your gun pointed at me again.
If you wish, I'll put a bullet in your back instead.
Qué dura, ¿eh?
I took you both in when no one else would. You think any government would have you as irregulars in this political climate? The worst kind of wet works, maybe, but even that's doubtful. I recommend against switching camps. You've nowhere left to go.
Por cierto, hay un vídeo de Metal Gear 1 que he subido en YouTube que acabo de ver que hoy por algún motivo ha explotado. Bueno, ha explotado. O sea, si normalmente tienen 300 visitas, hoy ha hecho 400 en un día y están 800. ¿Qué pasa?
It's happening again.
This damn right arm. Liquid! It's
Liquid.
almost as if it's having its revenge.
How much do you think we spent on that arm in Lyon? The best transplant surgery team in the world.
I never trust a Frenchman. The incidents are becoming more frequent. Maybe that man's presence.
Es tal vez.
Ocelot, I
Tío,
leave
más
this
faltas
place in
pueden
your
haber ahí, ¿eh?
hands. I have the intruder to take care of.
Yes,
Nice.
King.
Venga, va, que termine esto, por favor. Gracias. O sea, creo que es el momento más aburrido de todo este juego. Es interesante, sí, pero se hace aburrido.
Is
Es como,
that
venga,
really
háblame.
Solid Snake?
Yes.
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
Two of them?
Two of
That's
them.
impossible.
Terring, terring. Ah, no.
Anyway, what did you manage
Bueno,
to catch?
terring, terring.
They said
Sí.
password input was complete.
I thought so.
You said the password entry into the black case had to be made by the president willingly.
That's right.
So this means the president is cooperating with them.
It would have to be, yes.
Why?
Probably tired
Dude,
of being
why?
a puppet, but it wasn't a smart move to betray us.
A puppet?
We're running out of time. They will fire a nuke. You know what you need to do before then.
Fire the nuke, but it's nowhere close to the ransom deadline.
Ransom?
$30 billion in cash.
What are you babbling about? The nuclear strike is not a threat. It's been the objective all along.
They plan to slaughter millions of people.
No, a high-altitude detonation. You've heard of the Compton effect?
No se
Total
entera de nada.
disruption of electronic equipment caused by EMMA pulse.
Textbook answer. Well, when an average nuclear warhead goes off within the atmosphere, the result is an electromagnetic pulse of up to 50 billion megawatts. The EMMA field can reach tens of thousands of volts per meter, and most electronic equipment will be toast in an instant.
If one of the key movers of world economy stops functioning, it could mean the beginning of a global depression.
But that isn't their aim. What they plan to do
Their
is
aims.
liberate Manhattan. Pull it offline and turn it into some kind of a republic. Hence, Sons of Liberty, I suppose.
Sons of Liberty?
Damn! Ocelot is coming. I'm going offline.
Me gusta que el tío que está sentado de espaldas es el que se da cuenta de que viene Ocelot hacia ellos. Dices, bueno, Raiden, tu trabajo lo
Search
estás
my
haciendo bien,
pocket. Hurry! It's a security card. You'll be able to unlock doors of up to level 3 security. Use it to get to Shell 2.
Venga, venga.
Take care of the president before they
Shell
launch
2
the nuke.
con la inundación. Eso es nice.
He's coming here. Pick up your AK.
Temporizador. Venga. ¿Y ahora qué, señor?
What do you think you're doing?
I asked him to remove these. I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames.
Ooh.
They knew that the president was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You.
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali Lulelo.
I am the Lali Lulelo.
You.
You, which team are you with? Show me your face. You know who he is.
No, he is not one of mine.
Identify yourself. We meet at last.
Atención. Casi le corta el brazo.
Hold your fire. We need the hostages alive.
Hurry, get away. Over here.
But you died.
Leave this to me. Leave this to me. Podrías haber cogido una máscara así de como... Venga, venga, va. Por fin jugamos. Señores. Sí, venga, fuera. Me lo he saltado, que se calle ya, por favor. Vale, y nos paramos a hablar, porque nos están buscando un poco.
Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
Venga,
I've
venga.
also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right. It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the president right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for nuclear strike. Get to the president as soon as possible.
But the president is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the president. There's something else going on here. And the president may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the
Venga,
confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll...
Uy, venga.
Freeze!
Nos vamos. Oye. Oh, mierda, no podemos. Con el tío este aquí no se puede. Venga. Vamos a salir de aquí. Y creo que hoy dejaremos el directo aquí. Ha sido como el típico momento de mucho vídeo. Madre mía, la esquivación. Ups. Vale. Y se gira justo ahora. Yo me voy por aquí. No, fuck.
What's that?
Vale, corre. Oh, yeah. Fuck. A ver. ¿Puedo hacer así? No se dan cuenta.
What's that? Who's this?
Por los pocos. Sí, si me ven ahora es alerta directo. Vale, ahora por aquí. Y por allí. ¿No? Y ahora... ¡Pam! ¡Oh! ¿Esto es alerta? Uy, no me ha visto la cámara. No sabía que hacían alerta con esto. No sé por qué pensaba que no. Cypher. Por ahí. No puedo con esta mierda, no se puede apuntar. Vale. ¿Lo han vuelto a arreglar esto? Vale, hay el tío de arriba que no sé si estará. Parece que no. Que no hayan puesto las minas otra vez. Vale, tenemos que ir aquí ahora a recoger el PSG. Y luego ya volvemos hacia el Shell 2. Me he equivocado de sentido, ¿en serio? No quería hacer esto. Por favor. Vale, ahí. Sí, me he equivocado de dirección, tío. Qué mal. Vuelven a estar los Cypher. Vale. A ver, aquí level 3. No explota nada aquí. RGBGBGBG. Nothing here. Ahora las alertas duran más, ¿eh? Esto no baja. Esto ya lo hemos hecho antes. Vale, esta es nueva. PSG. Esta es top. Y aquí mola porque es como medio secreto. Que está aquí el PSG 1T. En plan, si no lo sabes, te lo dejas, pero vaya, seguro. Estoy bastante de acuerdo, Rivax. Es muy juegazo Metal Gear 2. Es que la diferencia entre Metal Gear 1 y Metal Gear 2 es súper grande. Súper grande. Vale, y esta tampoco habíamos entrado. Granaditas. Realmente, ¿para qué usas las granadas aquí en este juego? Esperamos a que termine esto. Ups. Que viene por aquí. Mierda. Vale. Cámara time, como siempre. ¡No! A ver si me da un poco de munición este señor. De la M9. Majo. Este tío es majo. Vale. Sí, evidentemente con Twitch, si tenéis Amazon Prime, tenéis la suscripción a este canal gratis. Que, pues ya sabéis, es 100% voluntaria, como siempre. Pero ayuda, pues, es dar soporte al canal, ¿no? Dejaré el directo ya, porque es que lo que se viene ahora es larguito, ¿eh? Creo que lo voy a dejar aquí.